In May 2022, the Sandoval County Sheriff's Office in New Mexico was rocked by scandal when Deputy Robert Strand, a 9-year veteran of the force, came under investigation. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children flagged explicit content linked to his devices, triggering an urgent internal review. Strand, 39, had previously faced 2 DWI charges, raising further questions about his fitness for duty. Authorities soon discovered dozens of disturbing images involving children, leading to a search warrant of his home and electronic devices. The betrayal by a trusted law enforcement officer shocked both the department and the local community. The investigation into Deputy Robert Strand began after the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children reported suspicious uploads linked to his Verizon account. Strand's phone had been automatically backed up through a service called Synchronos, which flagged 141 images and GIFs, most depicting child sexual abuse material. Authorities traced the content back to Strand's personal device, confirming its origin through metadata and associated email accounts. In addition to the illegal images, the backup also included personal files, like hunting licenses and standard documents, further linking the device to Strand. Armed with a search warrant, agents seized Strand's personal and work devices without incident. During interrogation, Strand acknowledged downloading adult material, but claimed that he unintentionally encountered illegal content during late-night browsing sessions, blaming alcohol and poor judgment. However, forensic analysis would later determine whether his claims matched the digital evidence timeline. The magnitude of the material, along with the victim age range, from infants to young teenagers, painted a deeply disturbing picture. Even before the forensics were completed, the overwhelming evidence raised serious concerns about Strand's actions, leaving investigators, and later the community, grappling with the betrayal by someone sworn to protect the vulnerable. The case exposed major gaps in internal monitoring of law enforcement personnel. During the interrogation, Robert Strand appeared calm, but increasingly resigned, as agents presented him with the evidence. After waiving his Miranda rights, Strand sat with investigators who carefully explained how the explicit materials had been discovered through his Verizon backup. Initially, Strand attempted to minimize his culpability, claiming he had only been browsing adult content late at night and accidentally encountered illegal images. He stated that upon realizing the nature of the material, he immediately deleted it and never saved any files intentionally. Investigators pressed him for specifics, such as when the downloads occurred and how long the material remained on his device, but Strand claimed he couldn't remember, citing frequent alcohol use as a reason for his foggy memory. Despite his admissions, he firmly denied any ongoing interest in child exploitation material or any inappropriate contact with minors. Throughout the questioning, the investigators remained professional, emphasizing they were seeking full transparency rather than judgment. Strand cooperated by providing passwords and access to his phones and safes, facilitating a deeper forensic examination. His demeanor, subdued, occasionally regretful, suggested he understood the gravity of the situation, even as he struggled to fully accept responsibility for the disturbing evidence found on his devices. During the interrogation, Robert Strand eventually admitted that he had downloaded explicit materials, but insisted it was never intentional. He blamed his actions on excessive alcohol consumption, explaining that his judgment was severely impaired during those times. Strand claimed that after accidentally downloading illegal images while searching for adult content, he quickly deleted them once he realized what they were. However, investigators remained skeptical, especially since forensic analysis could reveal whether the deletions happened immediately or if the content had been stored for longer periods. Strand repeatedly emphasized that he did not have any specific interest in child exploitation material and that any such content was encountered by mistake during drunken browsing sessions. He also reassured investigators that he had no inappropriate interactions with minors and allowed full access to his devices, home, and personal belongings to support his claims. Despite his cooperation, the sheer volume and nature of the images, many involving very young victims, painted a disturbing picture. Strand's reliance on alcohol as an excuse highlighted a common defense in these types of cases, but it remained unclear whether it would hold any weight once prosecutors reviewed the forensic evidence and decided how to proceed with formal charges. Following the interrogation, authorities conducted a full forensic analysis on Robert Strand's electronic devices. Investigators explained that even deleted files could be recovered from unallocated space, meaning Strand's claims of erasure would be thoroughly tested against technical evidence. While Strand was not immediately arrested, agents made it clear that any confirmed presence of illegal content would lead to charges. Strand's cooperation, including providing phone passcodes and access to his home, helped avoid immediate escalation, but did not guarantee immunity. He was placed on administrative leave from the Sandoval County Sheriff's Office pending the results of the investigation. Strand was later indicted, but publicly available updates about the final outcome of his case remained scarce. Whether prosecutors found enough evidence to proceed to trial or negotiated a plea deal is unknown. The case stands as a grim example of how law enforcement officers themselves are not immune from falling under the scrutiny of serious criminal investigations. As forensic teams continue to compare Strand's admissions to hard data, the case emphasizes the critical role that thorough digital examinations play in uncovering the truth and determining whether Strand's claims of accidental exposure hold any weight in court. The investigation into Deputy Robert Strand sends a chilling reminder that no one is above the law, not even those sworn to uphold it. This case highlights the critical importance of vigilance within law enforcement agencies and the need for thorough background checks and continued monitoring. Strand's access to children and public trust made the discovery of explicit material on his devices even more alarming. It also stresses how technology, particularly cloud backups and internet activity monitoring, plays a vital role in modern criminal investigations. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children's Reporting System and federal cybercrime units are essential tools in combating child exploitation. Furthermore, this case serves as a stark warning about personal accountability. Digital actions leave permanent traces, and attempts to erase misconduct often fail under forensic scrutiny. For law enforcement agencies, the lesson is clear: rigorous oversight, internal checks, and swift action when red flags appear are non-negotiable. For the public, it's a sobering reminder that trust must be earned, monitored, and protected at all costs. Cases like Strand's reinforce the need for transparency and strict ethical standards, ensuring that those entrusted with authority are always held to the highest standards of conduct. As of now, the ultimate outcome of Robert Strand's case remains uncertain. After his arrest on May 25, 2022, no clear public updates have surfaced regarding his prosecution or sentencing. Despite the serious nature of the charges and the strong digital evidence collected, there is little information available about how the case proceeded in court. This lack of transparency leaves many questions unanswered and fuels public frustration about accountability, especially when law enforcement officers are involved. It emphasizes the necessity for clear and consistent updates on cases that impact public trust so profoundly. The valuable lesson drawn from this disturbing case is the critical importance of constant vigilance and integrity within law enforcement. Agencies must not only implement stringent vetting processes during hiring, but also enforce continuous internal oversight throughout an officer's career. Moreover, it highlights that digital forensic technology is a powerful tool in uncovering hidden crimes, and no amount of attempted erasure can fully delete wrongdoing. For society, this case is a wake-up call. Those in power must be scrutinized just as rigorously as any other citizen. Trust is not given freely. It is built through transparency, accountability, and an unwavering commitment to protecting the most vulnerable among us, especially children.